Hi everyone, it's Danielle. Welcome back to my channel. I went thrifting yesterday and y'all, I have been so excited to sit down and share one item in particular with you. I love it so much. I keep looking at it. I love it so much and I can't wait to style it for spring. So in my last few videos, y'all know we've been doing like a little thrifting and spring decorating mini series where we go thrifting and then come home here and decorate a few spaces for spring. Well, today I'm going to style a few of the items that I've brought home, as well as share some spaces that I've already decorated, like this curved cabinet and then the entryway. So let's head out to the thrift store and then I'll see you back here for the haul and styling. Okay, today they were having a sale on blue stickers. I think they were 50% off, but I don't recall seeing many, so I must have been late because it was so busy this day. It's a smaller store, so I was trying my best to push my little buggy around and film a little bit for y'all. Does anyone collect black and white transferware? I really don't see this color often. This plate was a spode piece and it was $8. I really do love the black and white. And then the tag for these said French knife rests. I'm assuming they probably looked it up to figure out that price because they had them marked at $40. This reminds me of the mirror that I have in our guest room. It's similar, I think mine's Ethan Allen, but it doesn't have the little blue boy. Honestly, I feel like I've been seeing him everywhere I go lately in some way or another. But anyways, I think $20 is a really good price for a nice solid wood mirror. And then look at this beautiful vintage wash basin. I think that's what they're called. They wanted $350 though. The pitcher and bowl is so beautiful, but I'm not sure $350 is the right price for that. Some of you may see this as a painting of a random person, but I love it. Imagine it on a gallery wall with other oil paintings or portraits. It was signed 1970 and only $10. They had some Easter stuff scattered around, as well as some baggies of little things that I think would be good for crafting. I know a lot of you like to DIY and craft. And y'all, the stickers here are so tiny. You need like a magnifying glass to see the prices. Honestly, this little fabric section is one of my favorite things about this store, so I hope y'all don't mind looking through some of these. The only fabric stores around me that I know of are Hobby Lobby and Michael's, and I never like their selections, so I think thrifting is my best bet for finding cute fabrics to stash away for projects. Another thing I would rather thrift than purchase new are plant pots or terracotta pots. I prefer them to be a little used looking and aged or have some sort of texture and character. $5 is such a good price for this blue and white vase, especially in comparison to Goodwill, where I think it would probably be priced over $10. How pretty are these? The green color is perfect for spring, and I loved the lace edge. All right, let me show you this first. I saw this cutie little carrot mug and thought this was adorable. It was only $1. Now the reason I thought I should bring it home is because I only have one spring and Easter coffee mug. I pack it away, and I got it last year at Home Goods. I think this is a cabbage, and I love it so much. So how cute are these together? So now I have two little mugs to use during spring, and again, I'll pack them away. And then I also got one more mug. Y'all, I had to get the little Scotty dogs. You know, I love vintage and antique like Scotty dog things. So this one was coming home with me. It was only $1 as well. The bottom says made in Japan. It's by Department 56. The thing about these is they're so small that once you add creamer, it's kind of spilling over. So that's why I try not to bring home a bunch of vintage mugs, but we couldn't leave the Scotties behind. All right, this is an item that I want to style today. Look at this gorgeous vintage or antique platter. I loved the blue and green flowers on this. Perfect for spring, and it's gonna match the rest of the house so well. It was only $3. I think it's English because of the stamp on the back. It's really hard to see what it says, but what I want to do with this is probably put it above this platter back here on the wall. I've had that candle sconce up for about a month now, so you know, it could be fun to just switch it out and use this for a little while. I also grabbed a few of their fabric pieces. They normally have a nice selection of fabric to go through. So I grabbed this larger one. I think they price them obviously by how much fabric is there. This was $2, and it's this dark, dusty navy with a little kind of tan flower print. And I'll just set these aside, honestly, for projects like covering lampshades or maybe chairs or stools. And then I loved this one with the blue and green flowers, has some yellow in there too. It was $1. I think I have just enough of this one to do a tiny sconce shade if I just lay it flat. And then this one, which kind of feels like a sheet or a pillowcase, but I think it's actually of fabric. It was only $1. And again, I just love little ditzy floral prints. All right, and here is my favorite thing that I've probably found all season or for spring. I love this so much. I don't know if you can tell, but it's a very thin metal hydrangea wreath. And all the little petals, like flower petals, are on movable wires. And then they have these big green leaves back here that you can also move a little bit. And I think it's the colors that I love so much, that blue and green, that again, I have been trying to do all over the house for spring. I just think it's so nice. You can also style it on a tabletop like this, but I really want to put it on my front door because our front porch gets really dirty with like spider webs and bugs. So I don't like to do a lot out there, and I think that this being metal will work really well. So it was $15, which is, you know, a higher price tag at a thrift store, but I think something like this is worth it. So I didn't really have too big of a problem paying that because, again, it's so beautiful. All right, y'all, my tripod just broke. In my last video, my box light bulb shattered everywhere, and today the tripod is no more, so we're gonna have to do this one-handed. Okay, hello? Okay. Anyways, love it. It's gonna stay like that for a while. Like I said, it's fun to switch things up. This is still the same. Let me back up and show you the table. Now, I still have it with the white runner. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I asked for help if you liked the blue runner better or the white runner. I did not expect that many people to be split down the middle, so really, there was no help at all. So I'm gonna just leave it with the white one for now because that's what I think I like the best. But I wanted to show you this. I had a real rose plant here when I shared this space, and then I put it outside to get some sun, and the deer ate it, so that's my bad. No big deal. I ordered this one off Amazon. I'll link it down below because I think it looks really nice and kind of real. It comes in this little pot, so I just have it sitting down in here. I want to say it was like $22, but I really like it a lot. So again, if you want something like that for your spring and summer decor, I'll link it down below. I have some Laura Ashley books out because I like to look through those. But anyways, let me go ahead, spin you around, and I'm going to show you how I've decorated this curio cabinet or curved cabinet. Let me adjust the lighting. Okay, y'all bear with me on the lighting because it's been raining all day, so there's not really much sunlight. But I wanted to show you that up top here, I changed out that praying man art that I normally have here for this gorgeous real oil painting of these sheep. Found this last year. I paid $20 for it. A lot of you said it looked like a fall scene or autumn because of that tree, which I agree, but I really liked the colors and the sheep for spring. And then down here I have a pothos plant. This is just a little silver piece that I found at the bins, and the handles are actually broke off, but I normally have this in a chamber pot, but I thought it'd be cute to switch up. I don't know why I said cute. I just wanted to switch it up. And then over here, I tied some ribbon around some of my vintage Bibles, added a little bird's nest, and this pretty pottery piece. So let me aim you down here to the curved cabinet. I changed out a tassel. I'm not sure you can really see the color very well, but it's kind of a greenish, sagey green color. Anyways, let's open it up so I can show you each shelf. All right, so on this first shelf, I actually purchased 2 of these cabbage plates from Michael's. I know a lot of people have been getting the other kind from Target, but I didn't like how limey green those were. So these are a little darker, and I just thought they looked nice. I think they were only about $5.99 each, but I just got 2, and then I have some silver pieces, some tomato spoons, and just kind of serving pieces in there. I added this really beautiful green transferware gravy boat with the bird's nest, some salt and pepper shakers. Y'all know I like to decorate this pretty much the same. Very filled out, cluttered, and kind of like stacked in layers. So over here, I tied a green ribbon on this, I think, coffee pot. Got another kind of teal transferware piece there. I love those salt and pepper shakers. They're probably one of my favorite that I own. And then down here, I kind of keep this the same. I just moved it over here to this shelf instead. I have a large ironstone pitcher, baby spoons, and just like little souvenir spoon type things. And then this little guy is from Hobby Lobby. I think it came in a set of 3, and I just kept one of them, so I tucked him in here. And then over on this side, I have that gorgeous green tureen of some sort with another ribbon tied around it. This is probably my favorite green transferware piece that I have. And then down here, I like to layer platters in the back just to kind of brighten it up. But I tucked this silver plate crumb sweeper set back here, some more silver pieces, which are kind of hard to see because it's dark. And then I have a couple of green plates, this really pretty cup. It has, what do you call this, like a sewing notion right here. I just thought that was too cute. Filled it up with some Hello, all the names of things are leaving my brain. Salt and pepper shakers. And then this is just like a little decorative metal cabbage of some sort. So I just kind of set that on some greenery. And then over here I have another one of those cabbage plates layered in front of a platter. And then inside here, I don't know if you can see, but there's a tiny little rabbit. I think it's like a chocolate mold or butter mold of some sort. And I just think that's so cute. And then another bird's nest. Down here I kept it simple because, you know, it's hard to see. Got another crazed tureen. And then over here I put some napkins, salt and pepper shakers, and then this thing that I thrifted with the little bunny on it. And I have that layered inside of a soap dish. It's like a grain transferware soap dish. All right, so that is how the dining room is looking for spring so far. I think now I'm gonna take you out to the front door so I can hang up the hydrangea wreath. I forgot that I wanted to share these pillow covers that I found on Amazon in case you're looking for an affordable kind of springy summer pillow cover. This is a 20 by 20 and I loved this block print. It is that kind of cheaper material that most Amazon covers are when they have like a print. So I think it would look best if you paired it with maybe a solid like higher end pillow. But I just wanted to share that. I think they're really beautiful and they match this wreath so well. But anyways, I'm also putting out this one next to it. Again, it's that really cheapy material. I just don't have any nicer ones to mix for spring yet. But this is like a toile print. It's a darker green, also from Amazon. And this one's an 18 by 18. I wanted to just kind of switch up the sizes. I don't have the couch set up nicely because the dog's blankets are all over it, but I wanted to share those. Now let's go ahead and get this wreath set outside. We're outside. I hope it's not too loud, but again, since my tripod's broken, I have to do this one-handed. This is the wreath I had up here for the last couple of weeks. I got this at the bins, and it's just like a really cheapy wreath that I added this ribbon to. So I think the hydrangea one is gonna be so much prettier. Also, y'all, I got these at an out-of-town Goodwill the other day. They were $5 each. Hold on, and I think they're so cute. I posted them on Instagram and told y'all they're like 1980s grandma to me, and someone said Golden Girls, and that is so true. They look like something that would be on Golden Girls. But anyways, let me hang up my new wreath here. Isn't that so much prettier? This front door is not something to be desired, but now I just need to go in and maybe adjust some of these to make them look a little more filled out. Yay, I love it, y'all. And inside these, there's this very faint, like purpley blue, kind of like this color. So I think it's cute, and I don't need to like overdo it out here because as I'm talking, there's a wasp right up here, and if he comes near me, it's game over. But let's go inside and I'll show you the entryway. Now here's how the entryway is looking so far. I left up all of my black and white artwork up there, and then you can see through the mirror, and then over here. So what I've done is just pull anything I had left over from like my spring box that was flower or garden themed, so like these pots and books and baskets. So I have this really cute vintage apron right here, and I loved that it was a sage green color. I just kind of draped it over the corner, and then I found a few baskets while thrifting that I knew I wanted to hang up here. So I have this one. Y'all saw that I found this basket back here, and I put my canes in it, and I like how it just fills in that corner. I normally have them in the little arm part of the hall tree. Anyways, and then over here, I have this beautiful basket with some fake kind of dried flowers. And then I tied I guess this is like a handkerchief. I've had this for a while. Tied that around. Here's one of the thrifted hats that I found recently. I love that white bow. I think it's so pretty. And then down here, I have this bird pillow that I got at an estate sale. I thought that went nicely. And then I have a stack of some kind of gardening themed books, and I love the colors of the spines. So we have those there. I also have some more down here. I have another hat and kind of a stack of baskets here with some more books. And then over here on this picnic basket, I put some pots that I painted and kind of distressed. And then what this is, it was a toolbox that I found. It was like a raw wood. And I had Garrett cut off the plain little dowel, and we added one of these chair spindles just with some nails on the side. And I painted it this kind of like, almost like a limey green, and then distressed it a bit. This is a flower that I need to plant that I probably already killed. And then some little gardening tools in there. So that's how it's looking so far, and I'll probably leave it like this unless I find some pieces out while I'm thrifting that I want to add. I still have this light sconce that I turned into a candle holder. I like this here. I'd like to get a antique, maybe brass match holder and put it underneath. And then down here I have a little snake plant, one of the only plants I can keep alive. But anyways, y'all, that is gonna wrap up today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.